Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's lesson, we're continuing our journey inside Rhino and its jewelry plugin Matrix. We're going to explore some essential tips about the interface and then dive deeper into one of the most useful drawing tools, the Polyline command. So stay with me, there is a lot of valuable stuff coming up. Let's jump right in. Before we start drawing, let me show you a quick but very helpful interface tip. In Rhino and Matrix, if you hover your mouse over any command inside any menu, you'll see a small tooltip appear right next to it, showing the command's name. Super handy when you're still learning where everything is. Also, you might notice a gray bar between each tab at the left side of the screen. You can actually hold the left click on any of that gray bars and drag it up or down to rearrange your tabs. And if you hold the right click on any of tabs, you can scroll it up and down. Why is it important? Because some matrix specific commands tend to sit at the bottom of the list, and you may need to scroll up or down to find them. By customizing your tabs and moving them around, you can keep your most used tools right where you need them. So take a moment to explore. Now, let's move on the first drawing command we are going to learn, and that's the Polyline command, found inside the curve menu in the left side of the screen. Before we click anything, let's quickly understand what a polyline actually is. A polyline is simply a series of connected straight lines. Each time you click, you create a new point, and Rhino connects the dots, just like drawing with a pen on paper, like this. So go ahead and click on the polyline command. Once you do, take a look at the command bar. At the top of the screen, you'll see Rhino is now asking for the start point of the polyline. To set that point, just left click anywhere in your viewport. That's it. You've told Rhino where to begin. To add more segments, keep left clicking in different spots. Each click adds a new point and Rhino draws a straight line between each one. Simple and intuitive, right? Now, when you're ready to finish the polyline, you've got three options. 1. Hit the spacebar. 2. Press enter. 3. Or simply right-click anywhere on your screen. Honestly, the quickest and most natural way is the right-click. One tap and you're done. But feel free to use whichever method suits you best. All of them work. Now, here's a really useful trick. If you want to start your polyline exactly from the center of your workspace, just type 0 and press enter after selecting the command. That snaps your start point right to the origin. You can also press F4 button for the same result, a handy shortcut if you like working fast. So, to recap what we've covered so far, start from the center by typing 0 or pressing F4 button. Start with a left click, add more points with more left clicks, and finish with a spacebar, enter or right click. The polyline command is simple, powerful, and you'll be using it all the time in your jewelry designs. Now, let's go a little deeper and look at a few more useful tricks that work the same way for all curve commands, not just polyline. First, the F4 shortcut and the right click to finish. Yes, these work for every curve tool in Rhino and Matrix. So, once you learn them here, you can use them everywhere. Another great tip, if you hold the shift key while you're drawing, you can temporarily lock your line to ortho mode. That means you can only draw perfectly vertical or horizontal lines, great for precise, straight designs. But if you release shift, your line becomes completely free and you can draw at any angle you want. And here's something really powerful. After you've started your line, you can type in an exact distance for it. For example, you can say 15 millimeters and press enter. Once you do that, Rhino likes that length, and you can only choose the direction of the line. This is incredibly useful when you need precise measurements, like when you're designing a ring band or a pendant base. So, with this tool, you're not just drawing freely, you're also able to control exact dimensions, which is essential for professional jewelry design. And that wraps up today's season. We covered some important interface tips, learned how the Polyline command works, and explored a few powerful tricks like Ortho mode, shortcuts, and entering exact measurements. These are the building blocks you'll use again and again, so take your time to practice them. If you found this helpful, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions. I read them all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy designing!